Rush. It's not like you have a date tonight.
Ma.
It's not like you have a date any night or any day.
Look, Ma, when I find somebody worth going out with, I'll go out with him. Now, will you please stop nagging me?
Nagging? Is that what it's called when a mother wants a little happiness for her daughter?
Ma, I'd like to finish these glasses before Gloria gets here.
Your sister's not...
We always did our own plumbing on the farm. Of course, we didn't actually get plumbing till I was 18.
Rose, tell me something. How difficult would it be for us to repair that bathroom ourselves?
Well, it wouldn't be difficult at all.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. It's a crazy idea.
You got that right.
And tell the dirtbag he can come.
Forget it, Mom. I can just as easily limbo down the aisle.
Relax, honey, relax. I just want to get it all out of my system before he gets here. Now go ahead, call him.
I'll call him. You talk to him.
Oh, well, all right. If I can get through an entire wedding with him, I should be able to handle this.
Hi, it was real. Dorothy, it's Stan. Didn't you recognize me?
Of course I recognized you. That's why I slammed the door in your face.
Still the job.
Dorothy. Oh, Dorothy. Oh, that's right. Yeah, honey. You keep an eye on her. Oh, Jean, you were always a terrific girl. Dorothy, why can't you be more like Jean? Scratch that.
Who are your roommates, Dorothy?
Jean, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't know quite how to phrase this.
The lesbian thing, do you keep it under your hat or what?
And they'll even run your picture and let you use up to 100 words in your biography.
How do you know that?
Rumor.
Well, I suppose I could try it, but I could never, ever see myself going out with a man I met that way.
Honey, desperate times call for desperate measures.
Blanche, you make it sound like I'm the only woman in Miami.
I loved it. Being pushed and shoved all day so I could buy gifts I can't afford. It's a regular Yuletide treat.
You've been so grouchy all day.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rose. I guess I'm just sad because Christmas doesn't have any meaning anymore. It's gotten so commercial.
How can you say that?
Oh, please, Rose.
Virginia, you knew I was dating him. Then I had to go to the country to visit Aunt Augusta. When I got back, I had Poison Ivy and you had Tom. I loved that boy. I wanted to marry him. We were serious.
You only had 2 dates with him?
I was fast.
I swear, I didn't think that you liked him at...
Why, Frank, you know, I've been thinking, this is the 3rd Saturday of our relationship, and I don't even know what you like to eat. Why don't you come over for dinner this Saturday night and let me find out what whets your appetite?
How to get in touch with Morley Safer?
I wonder who that could be.
Maybe it's the Count's clarinet player, Henny Goodman.
Angela!
No, Sophia Loren. I stopped using oil of Olay.
Angela!
...in the Middle East.
Giving the Palestinians Greenland? I didn't know that was you. You were great.
Giving the Palestinians Greenland?
It's a big plane. I have to tell you something. It's just so hard. I don't know how to tell you, except I guess just straight out.
What?
Well, Elliot made... Because you all are around to change its diapers and clean up after it when it spits up and pees. I'd love to be a mother again.
Are you girls sure you really want to do this?
Oh, look, I know it's going to be a lot of work, but, oh, it'd be worth it to hear a baby's laugh around the house.
Oh, come on, let's do it.
What do you say, Ma?
What choice do I have if I say no?
No?
These are my roommates, Blanche, Rose. Please, sit down.
Oh, thank you. Well, why don't you begin by telling us a little about yourself?
Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm hardworking and honest, and I'll work for a reasonable wage.
That's it?
All right, I won't go on.
Affected your non-rolling meatball?
Hey, just because you have a chin doesn't mean you're Jay Leno.
Ooh, what smells so good in here besides me?
Lasagna alla Sofia. I made it for the Daughters of Italy cooking contest. All right.
I thought you always milked a cow sitting on a stool.
No, Alice had to sit on a stool. You see, she was involved in this nasty plowing accident. It was during spring planting, and Daddy had hitched her up to the plow.
My test is in 2 weeks, and I do not want to blow it.
You'll pass.
I don't want to pass. I want an A.
You're the same as you were in grade school, A's. You always had to get an A. Your brother thought a book was to sit on. You always had to get an A. Good night.
Good night, Mom.
If I breathe in it's time. No, you can't put it in brownies. I said no reefers, okay? Goodbye.
You know, Sophia, the problems you're having at work remind me of something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Please, dust reminds you of something back at...
She's leaving. I just don't know what to do.
Let me get the cheesecake and we'll talk. Oh, my God.
Blanche, what's wrong?
Here we are in the middle of a crisis, and there's no cheesecake.
Didn't we buy one yesterday?
Yes, but I found 2 gray hairs.
Blanche, you're overfit.
That ball past your hip.
Rose, everyone is finished, and I checked the score. If you can pick up a spare in the last frame, we'll be leading the tournament.
Consider it done, Mom.
Go to it.
The largest tobacco plantation in all of Cuba. Do you know that at one time I was the most famous Fidel in the entire country? Until you know who showed up.
Who?
Rex the Wonder Horse, Rose.
How did you know about Santiago Cigar?
3 people will get cancer. Well, that means one of us will get cancer. So that takes care of 2 of us.
Oh, knock it off. Now, we'll take the basic security package, okay? How much did you say it would be?
$600.
Fine, we'll take it.
It's better than nothing, but not much.
What do you mean?
Well,
You can say a duel, make me change my mind.
I'll pay for both tickets.
Book business class. If I have to sit through the 3 amigos, I'll need champagne.
Quality time together. You know, sometimes we'll be watching TV and I start wondering how many more times I have left like that. And I find myself staring at her and like I'm trying to freeze her face in my memory. Like I never want to forget one single line or wrinkle. Slept is all.
You were there? Don't tell me where I went. I went to heaven. I saw the golden light and some angels in white robes with harps. I thought I was at Saks at Christmas. But then I saw your father.
Really?
He was surrounded by women. He's in heaven.
Did you see God?
Way.
99.
Ma, you lost 1 pound.
Thank you, Rene Descartes. I'm looking for advice, not arithmetic.
Ma, you cannot get upset over 1 pound.
Maybe you can't, I can. For 50 years, my weight hasn't changed by an ounce. And as far as I'm concerned...
Friend of mine from high school, Helen Colquist, she just moved to Miami. We spent a little time together and decided we'd get together today. I even got out the old yearbook so we could go down memory lane.
Oh.
Last night she had a heart attack and died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've been sitting here looking through the book and I can't believe...
Almost married Buzz. We were talking about it when he got a call from the Spike Jones band. They needed someone to make the whoop sound when Spike dropped his pants. Just before he went to New York, Buzz told me he'd be back, but I never saw him again. I waited for a while, but one gig led to another.
Potatoes without burning your fingers.
No, it can't be done.
It can be done. For only $12.95, over 500,000 Zabornis have already been sold. Call this toll-free number now. Remember, with the Zaborni, A day without potatoes is unnecessary.
Stay, and both of them involve yanking a chain.
Has anybody seen Blanche? She had a date last night, and this morning her bed's all made, and she's not even there.
Wait a minute, here's our walking playground now. Boy, it must be true love. This guy is slowing down to 5 miles.
Oh, yeah.
Look, Rex and I have had lots of nice dates together. Maybe he's a little unpredictable, but that's what makes him so exciting. That and these.
I wish Miles was more unpredictable. I know where I'm going every night.
All right, Dorothy, now try this dressing and tell me what you think. It's called Creamy Zesty Italian, only has 1 calorie.
If you ran it under the faucet, it would have more flavor. Honey, beware of anyone who says no calories, absolutely no charge.
Every year since I was married, I have slipped into my wedding dress and had my picture taken. George was always so proud of me for staying svelte, and I'm going to get into that dress this year, even if it kills me.
It's not you I'm worried about. The last time you went on a diet, you turned into that guy from Silence of the Lambs. You did everything but butter my face.
Hi, girls.
Oh, Rose, I missed you at breakfast. Did you and Miles have fun last night?
Oh, yes. We had dinner at the Mandarin Ratskeller, that new Chinese-German restaurant.
How was it?
Oh, the food was good. But an hour later, Miles and I were both hungry. For power.
It's twice as dangerous. Her jewelry was mute testimony that Charlie Chaplin wasn't the only tramp who hit it big in this town.
You do this on first dates, don't you, Dorothy?
Does this mean you'll go?
Of course we'll go.
Oh, sure. Oh, geez. The mystery continues.
Now, girls, remember, look everyone over very carefully. Try to figure out who are the real guests and who are actors pretending to be guests. It'll help when it comes to solving the mystery.
Ah, what's the difference? You get to see Kevin Costner's buns in both of them.
Well, maybe I can't teach Steve anything about the game, but I can encourage him and give him a shot of self-esteem. You know, some people are great artists, some are great musicians. I have but one talent. Oh, good God. Dorothy Zbornak has a date on a Saturday night and Blanche Devereaux does not? That sounds like an idea for a Stephen King book.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you who I'm going out with tonight because I thought it might hurt your feelings. But I realize now that's a plus.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Blanche, I'll be fine. Now, listen, honey, while I'm gone, I'm putting you in charge of Ma.
Me? Why me and not Rose?
Rose couldn't keep our rock garden alive. What, I'm going to give her my mother? Now, look, as for instructions, Ma's to be...
You can't afford all that stuff on a vice cop salary. Who knew, huh?
Aunt Blanche, I'm a grown woman. I can live my life any way I want to.
Oh, I know that. I just don't think this is the way you really want to live it.
Is it my fault men find me attractive?
No, honey, what they find you there.
The Pope is saying a mass on his stopover here. Ma got 2 tickets. We're going together. Oh, a papal mass is something people wait a lifetime for.
Whoops.
Whoops. Is that Pope related or just another bark in the kennel?
The Pope. I traded our 2 bad tickets way in the back.
Where are they, Rose? Hiding in the shower?
She means a lot of people have probably croaked in here.
I know what she means, Ma. I just don't need to hear it the night before surgery.
Come on, don't be such a baby. I had my appendix out in the hospital in Sicily. That was rough. We did have to go to work. How else could we have paid for the operation?
All I know is I was alone and terrified, and I have never gotten over it. I still have that phobia about hospitals.
Well, it's about time you got over it. Blanche, get the keys to your car. We're taking Dorothy back to the hospital.
Ma, I am not going.
Okay, fine. So you don't want to go back to the hospital?
No. Right? How do you feel? Like a fool. Like a damn fool.
I say no to the man I love? I can't even say no to the men I like. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Blanche, honey, calm down. Let's talk it out. You'll feel better.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about. I already know what both of you are gonna say. Dorothy will say,
Isn't it wonderful? What do you think? Looks like a bathroom.
A bathroom that works, and you were so sure that we couldn't do it ourselves. Watch, girls, come on. 1, 2, 3. School principal pulled exactly the same thing on me.
What did you do?
I reported him to the Board of Education. They investigated, and he was forced to resign. Of course, much later, I found out that I was not the only person he had harassed. I was, however, the only person he harassed while he was wearing a corset.
Pleasure to be here.
Raoul doesn't speak much English.
Ma, where did you beat him?
He owns a flower shop next to the dog track. I won big yesterday, so I figured I'd treat myself and rent him a tuxedo. Yeah, having fun, Raoul?
It's a pleasure to be here.
He kills me.
well, I don't understand how the man I have admired and respected all my life can turn himself into a clown.
Blanche, honey, ever since I was a boy, I've never been satisfied with what was easy. Oh.
All right. Who put the Raisin Bran in the refrigerator?
I did. Do you have a problem with that?
Yes, I do. I have two problems.
Ma, get off the phone!
Mind your own business!
Guess what? I think this is Sophia.
Mrs. Petrillo.
They're not here.
Ma!
Don't ma me, you cheap floozy.
Ma, you would do this to your own flesh and blood.
You get over it, Dorothy. And if you don't, who cares? I'm on my way to see Burt Reynolds.
Contact with the outside world for at least a year.
He dumped you.
Yes.
Dorothy, I'm sorry.
Why is it whenever I think I've met Mr. Right, I'm wrong?
Because, Dorothy, you're not the most perceptive woman in the world.
Well, what's everybody doing up? I thought you all still be sleeping.
Mrs. Claxton, we want you to know we all appreciate you coming down here in person to help us save the tree.
I'm not here to save it. I'm here to make sure they tear it down. I hate trees. I hate people.
Well, Mrs. Claxton, Rose told us you said you were going to help us.
That's right.
And now you're not?
That's right.
Well, why did you lie?
Well, finally, it got to the day before the prom, and Delbert still hadn't asked me. So I marched across a crowded cafeteria, stared him straight in the eye, and said, "Delbert, what gives?" He said, "Jenny McCoy. That's why I'm taking her to the prom."
They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche.
Please.
Oh, no, the whole experience was too painful.
Please.
We just want to put it out of our minds.
Please.
Hit it, Rose.
I almost forgot the reason I came out to talk to you. Oh, it's about the banquet.
Oh, now, don't you worry about a thing, Mr. Allen. I love to throw a party. You just leave everything to me.
Well, actually, Blanche, I've decided to leave everything to Dorothy.
You're remarkable, Isaac. All this and citrus farming, too.
Hello there.
Oh, Dorothy, Blanche, isn't it a wonderful party?
Glorious.
You two having a good time? My only regret is that I didn't decide to call Isaac sooner.
Oh, that would have been hard. Mom didn't allow me to have my own phone till last year.
I had a problem. Coming here always used to cheer me up. That's why I decided to come back and spend Christmas here. Oh. By the way, let's get to the presents. I brought enough for everybody.
Cannot believe we're going to miss going home on account of him.
Oh, there's nothing we can do.
Okay, everybody, here's your presents. I really hope you...
Something between us. Would you consider having dinner with me tonight?
Jeepers, yes. Wow, wait till Blanche and Dorothy hear about
It'll
this.
have to be our secret for the time being. I'm in the middle of a messy divorce, and if the reporters get hold of it...
Oh, I understand. I read People magazine.
Well, then, until tonight.
No, I mean in the center. See, there's just a slight flaw in my iris.
Oh, yes. Blanche. Patrick.
Dorothy, what are you doing here?
I live here.
You mean you and Blanche are roommates?
That's right. Now, what is going on?
Why, Patrick was just kind enough to drop by and help me rehearse my part in the play. I cannot believe it is Saturday night, and I, Blanche Devereaux, the most witty, stunning, criminally sensuous woman to come out of the South since Miss Tallulah Bankhead.
Said presentation is very important. Oh, whenever I saw you coming down the hall with that ceramic bowl and a paintbrush, I'd run and hide under my bed and cry. Then you'd rub some on my doll.
Men are built that way. No, it's a fact. I saw Dr. Art Ulin explain it on the Today Show with a plastic model.
Please, Ma, you slept like a baby. I know, because I spent the whole night awake in that chair.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than trying to sleep on a hard wooden bench.
Cage was empty. Where could she be?
Okay. All we've done is fight for the last 3 weeks. What do you say we call a truce?
Okay, a truce.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Tony.
You know him?
Know him? He's my boyfriend.
That's my new roommate.
Well, what are you looking at? She scuffed those shoes. I heard her left a mark on that boy.
I'll see you later. I'm going over to Tony's.
For lunch?
No. I just called him. He was in bed. I heard female laughter in the background. It was Angela. They're sleeping together just like I suspected.
I can't help it. I'm so upset. Seeing my sorority sisters was just dreadful.
Oh, what happened?
It was just as if time had stood still for 30 years. Every woman there looked wonderful. They'd hardly aged at all.
I saw a movie like that once. All the women were sucked up into flying saucers.
The town's most eligible goat farmers. Until Anna Maria Alonso Palladino, known to her friends as Muffin, moved to our village. Suddenly, all the men who were always fighting over who would get to keep the footprints I left in the mud were after Muffin. So...
Here, Rose, what do you think of Cheryl Teague's nose?
Oh, very nice. Kind of small. Grandpa Nyland always said, the air is free. You might as well have a big honker and suck up as much as you can. Of course, Grandpa Nyland looked like he'd caught a boomer.
Up, you have your nails done. You even color your hair.
This is my hair's natural color.
Yeah, and John Madden is a finicky eater.
Well, Dorothy, I guess you might have a point, but plastic surgery is so drastic. I think I'd be too scared.
Oh, believe me, honey, there's no...
And that's why you decided not to have the surgery.
No, I figured if I could land myself a doctor, I might as well wait and let him pay for it. Besides, I guess I can live with the lines and the wrinkles and the sagging, as long as I have the three of you to grow old with.
Oh, what a lovely thing to say.
Yeah. This last few weeks with Jake have been wonderful, but oh, there's some things about him I cannot get used to.
Really? Like what?
Well, it's a question of breeding. He uses his fingers instead of his knife to push his food. He tucks his napkin into his collar. He wears white after Labor Day.
Blanche, the man is a winner. What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly critical. That sometimes happens when you're stunningly beautiful.
Not to mention endlessly irritating.
Blanche, Jake's here. Make yourself at home and don't touch anything.
Hi, everybody.
You are filthy!
I'm sorry, honey. I stopped to help a lady who was...
Try it in the sink.
I guess everybody's a little jumpy about the banquet.
Yeah, except Blanche. You know, she could at least have the good taste to pretend that she can't sleep.
Well, she's probably nervous about running into Jake. You know, sometimes when people are under pressure. Thank you.
Damn, I'm good.
As a base.
Fine, we'll just cook in the fireplace and pee in the broom closet. Al?
Hi, Sophia. Hi, Al. You hear anything on the wiretap yet?
Save your breath. He can't hear a word with those things on his ears.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've been entertaining myself all afternoon. Watch. Hey, you dumb bachicaloop. Your face looks like the rear end of a donkey.
For as long as they have left.
Must be one hell of a cup of coffee.
I'm in real trouble here, George. Our marriage is in real trouble.
Excuse me, honey. Hello? Yeah. Describe the pain. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
This is my seat. You're sitting in my seat.
Excuse me, I didn't know your 80-year-old butt was so sensitive.
I sit in this seat every day. You got no right sitting in my seat.
Relax. I'm moving.
You're always doing this kind of thing. You're never thinking about anybody but yourself.
What are you talking about?
Here, I brought you this.
Because you're sorry?
'Cause I'm thirsty and I figured you might be too.
Whatever.
They're really quite a pair, aren't they?
Excuse me?
My father and your mother.
She says that you are the scum of the earth. But she said it with a lot of love in her eyes. He says he's sorry.
Did you hear that, darling? He's sorry. So I guess that settles everything. Okay, good night, and we'll see you at your wedding.
Girls, wait a minute.
It looks like it's going to be a long night.
Oh, Blanche, we don't have anything to worry about. If we give that baby love and attention and understanding, it'll turn out fine.
That's beautiful.
Besides, what does Spock know about raising babies? On Vulcan, all the kids are born in pods.
This has gone far enough. Rose, honey, I want to talk to you.
Now, don't bother Rose. She's busy.
Oh, it's okay. I was just thumbing through the old family album. Here's a picture of baby when he was young. Plumbing went bad. The refrigerator broke down. We've all had car trouble. You haven't slept a wink. And now Blanche's boyfriend's dubbed her for a porker.
Marguerite said we were making a big mistake when we fired her, and she was right.
Look, I am not...
People, we switch now to Moscow.
Thank you. I want you to know election, and Blanche hates us.
No, I'm upset because they haven't rerun The Facts of Life Goes to Australia.
I wouldn't be surprised if Blanche never speaks to us again.
Well, she'd certainly have every reason not to. We did a terrible thing not believing her.
Wait. I was talking to Ted. Let's go.
Look, Stan, I'm not a child. I'll go when I'm ready.
Good for you, Ted.
Okay, I'm ready. I'll call you later.
I can't believe what just happened.
I think.
Rose, honey. Are you awake?
I don't know.
Oh, that's good enough. I need to talk to someone. Rose, it's been a terrible night. Ted turned out to be as big a jerk as...
Oh, I wanted to show Sven as many of the sights as possible today.
Did you get a picture of him with that Mr. Whipple cut out at the A&P?
We just stopped to pick up breakfast before we started off on our big day.
Will you ladies join us?
What are you making?
Glinderhoven.
What's that?
Oatmeal. It's usually served with a cracker made from yakintest.
Italian cook.
Everybody's a comedian today.
Rose, everything okay down at the counseling center?
Yes, finally. We had a manic depressive overload. But luckily, Dr. Ferguson had heard some new knock-knock jokes, and that seemed to do the trick.
Knock-knock?
Who's there?
We expect you each to cough up $2,500 in 30 days.
Well, what if we can't?
We'll just have to put a lien on your bank accounts, your property, and your salaries. And if that doesn't work, we'll just have to incarcerate you.
Oh, my God. We're going to jail.
Now, girls, listen. Listen. Remember, the way to make a deal is we state our price, stick to our guns, and undo another button on our blouses.
Blanche, that is ridiculous. Unbuttoning my blouse is not going to get us a better deal.
You are absolutely right. Don't touch yours. Rose and I will unbutton ours.
Buenos dias, señoritas.
Hi.
Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? Que hermoso todo tu dinero.
Please, don't hurt me. Just take my money.
Robert Goulet, for all I know. It's not important to the story. Anyway, the Rolls Royce moves on, and the girl finds her pepperoni is missing.
What happened to it, Sophia?
Bambi ate it. How should I know? You keep missing the point. The important thing is she has no pepper.
I feel like I've known him all my life. I talked to him about Charlie. I talked to him about St. Olaf. I talked to him about my family. I talked to him about my animal friends. I talked to him about life on the farm.
If that man didn't get a medal in the war, he sure as hell deserves one now.
Wait a minute. Did she just...
Practical jokes. If I look through that, I'll get charcoal all around my eye.
All right, Dorothy. Fine. Why don't we just call a truce with a nice piece of peanut brittle?
Come on, Ma. The peanut brittle is an even older gag than the kaleidoscope. I'll open the can, snakes will come out. Honey, face.
Gee, no, I never realized. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Back in that town whose name you're tired of.
Okay, clear out. We need the kitchen.
What's going on?
Show.
And last but not least is a grandmother of 6, Sophia Petrollo. Sophia, it says here that you and Dorothy are mother and daughter.
No, Guy. Rose is my daughter now. And you, Dorothy, are the biggest disappointment to hit the streets since the AMC Pacer. But that's a separate story.
I wouldn't mind hearing it.
Oh, Rose, shut up. Now, everybody stay where you are and go to sleep. I have to go to work early in the morning.
Oh, darn, I forgot something.
Go in your itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What'd you think? You were just a boring dresser?
She's never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off. I'll get it. Oh, hello there.
Is Sophia home?
Oh, hi, Duncan.
Hi, Sophia. The rest of the gang's waiting in the car. I'll take your suitcase.
Ma, you're really going, aren't you?
I try to tell you.
Can't do all this work by himself.
He can't do any of the work. He'll be the brains. He'll tell me what to do in Italian. I'll tell you, you do the work.
Oh, forget it. We're not carpenters.
You know what, Dorothy? It's worth a try after all the job's already half done.
So, Do I tell Vincenzo we got a deal?
Wait a minute. What does he want to choke?
Listen, Dorothy, just a word of caution. I almost lost my Becky when I stuck my nose into her business. Now, believe me, it is not worth it.
Blanche is right. The same thing happened to the Vigbotters back in St. Olaf. You see, Gretchen had this thing for Buddy, but Mr. Vigbotter didn't approve. He did his best to keep them apart.
Oh, Michael gave me that. Let's go. I can't believe it. A grandchild.
Little Roger.
Roger? What do you want him to be, a choreographer?
It's Lamar.
This might be the ideal time to leave for that Mother's Day brunch.
I remember the last Mother's Day I spent with my mama. I was back in Virginia. Mom had been ill for some time, and she was recovering in a convalescent home. It was a lovely place.
You stay right there. I want you to...
This nightgown is so sheer, I believe you can see right through it. Hello, Fidel.
Hello, Blanche. How are you?
You don't have cataracts, you tell me.
Beat it, you 50-year-old mattress. Ending to Gone with the Wind?
Oh, that was a terrific meal, Blanche. Thanks again.
Well, you're welcome, Ham. I just figured...
Maybe some other time, Blanche.
That does it. I will not let you humiliate me any longer. You may not want me, Ham Lushbow, but I can promise you somewhere on this planet I will damn sure find some man who does.
White, that I realize my top accomplishments aren't worth a damn.
Oh, come on. Now, Rose, you're forgetting how much you give to people. How about all that work down at the counseling center?
That's right. Well, honey, you must have hundreds of people every year.
All I do is talk to them. Big deal.
Well, it is a big deal. Do you know how much a kind and loving...
What's wrong? The week's receipts. I lost them on a horse.
You what?
I got a tip. It was supposed to be a sure thing.
I don't believe it. That means we're out of business. We're through.
So's my marriage. When Sophia finds out about it, she'll put me out on the street. Max, I'm sorry.
Coffee will be ready in a minute.
Cleaning up the dirty dishes, you twit. Listen, why don't we just leave this mess and go out and get something to eat?
Yeah, I'll ask Ma if she'd like to come. It'll do her good to get out of the house.
Oh, she's been so depressed since she got back from that funeral.
I mean...
Either I mixed the Elvis list with the wedding list, or everyone in Max's family appeared on the Ed Sullivan Show.
Who cares already? Let's just do it.
We are gathered here today to join this man and this woman in matrimony.
Breakfast in his underwear. I hope that's not a problem for anyone.
I need a cigarette.
No, Dorothy, you sit right down here. Now, you need to exercise a little self-control. Dorothy, listen, you can quit smoking. Now, just do it the way I did it. Just taper off. Smoke only after sex.
Good idea.
In me.
You from Minnesota?
Yes.
No kidding, so am I.
Well, what a coincidence. Isn't that amazing? But St. Olaf.
Ben Wheaton, pleased to meet you.
Oh, no, my name is Rose Nyland. I come from St. Olaf.
Wait a minute. Were your exact words, Sophia, you can come now? We have room now? And were you wearing that hat at the time?
Yes.
Hasta luego, Dorothy. I'm going bold.
Morning, Ma.
Okay, good morning. But it turned out he was looking for his napkin under the table.
Well, what have you all been doing all this time? How long can you make conversation?
Blanche, there is more to conversation than just, can I have a hanger for my pants, please?
Oh, Ursula. Honey, it's as easy as riding a bicycle.
I never learned how to ride a bicycle.
It's as easy as falling off a bicycle.
Really? Well, that is easy. Thanks, Bill.
It's just a hunch.
5 years and she doesn't know your name is Eddie?
Well, I guess I have to feed you. Let's go look for a place to eat, Roberta.
No. Her name's Dorothy, your ex-wife. Bad date. What did you do the rest of the night?
Well, I tried to comfort him. I must have lost track of time because the next thing I knew it was morning. Oh, I better get some rest. We're meeting for lunch.
Merchandising made us the fall guys.
We have to appear in court at noon tomorrow.
And where were you? We were calling all night.
Well, I was out with Eddie. Actually, I just got home myself.
I wonder why Sophia didn't answer.
She probably thought it was me calling and decided not to answer. It's a little guilt trick she's used on me.
I'm starting to chicken out.
Now, Rose, honey, don't you be self-conscious. There's probably lots of people here with bodies much worse than yours and Dorothy's.
Well, then...
Besides, I believe there's no return clause on fighters. Unless you're Robin Givens.
Ma, this isn't making any sense.
It's all legit. I checked it out.
Well, look, if you don't mind, we're going to make a few phone calls of our own in the morning to try to find out what this is all about. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous.
Fine.
It sounds so natural, doesn't it?
Well, then I guess till next Tuesday, we are Kid Pepe's managers.
What happens after Tuesday?
We take our winnings and buy a heavyweight. Okay, a middleweight and a microwave.
Ma, forget it. This insanity.
Well, finally I get to meet the infamous Dorothy. Boy, has Trudy told me stories about you, too.
I bet she has. We had such a great time back in high school.
Like the time you and Trudy ran against each other for class treasurer.
You know, back in St. Olaf, I ran for president of the Bull Castration Club.
Two things in this world a Sicilian knows. When pasta sticks to a wall, it's done. When a body sticks to cement, it's dead.
Why did it have to happen? Don't even think it, Ma.
If you knew before, why didn't you tell me?
Ma, you have a big mouth.
Me? If I had a big mouth, do you think your one-night stand with the bug man would still be a secret?
Dorothy's born out.
All right, Rose, out with it. What did Holly do that's so terrible?
Why do you care? You won't believe me anyway.
Hey, Sicilians can always recognize two things. When someone is telling the truth and when they've had their fingerprints changed. I know, whatever you're gonna...
You've got a career, you're attractive. Why do you always have to act like such a jackass?
Maybe I just never learned to be the great person my big sister was.
Oh, Holly.
It's true, Rose. You always had the friends. I didn't. You had boyfriends, girlfriends. You were friends with every...
Sit out there on his family's front porch in that old hickory rocking chair and whittle. Just whittle. I used to pass by there on my way home from school, and I'd say, "Hi, Ben." And he'd yell back, "Hi, Blanche. Stay away from my grandsons." Anyway, I realized that Ben went to college.
Where'd you go to college, Blanche? The University of Jupiter?
Girls, we still have one big problem to solve. How are we going to make ourselves look good for the party?
How else, Rose? By dieting. It's going to take a little patience and a little determination, but mostly it's going to take willpower. About, what, 3 years ago?
It seems like
Stanley
yesterday.
can't remember? Oh, damn.
What's the matter, pussycat?
I can't balance my checkbook. The hell with it. I'm only off by a few pennies.
A few pennies. To you, it may not be much, but back in Sicily, a few pennies could make the difference between owning a gun and having to...
I don't get to see very much.
Oh, if it's relatives you want, you should stay right here in Miami. Howard Johnson's does less business than this house has over the years.
That is true. We've all had our share of family showing up.
I think things are going very nicely.
Save it, Ma. I am going to tell Uncle Angelo the truth.
Hey, for needy, sexy people.
I just heard on TV the airports are closed. There's a big hurricane headed this way. They want everyone to stay just where they are.
That means that we could be trapped together for days.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, hello there. How'd you do? We came in second.
Oh, that's terrific. What'd you get?
Treated badly. They told us to get out of the way when they took the winner's picture with Anita Bryant.
Oh, for those old judges, no, I'd love to hear your song.
Oh, forget it, Blanche. Sometimes life just isn't fair, kiddo.
I cannot talk about this anymore. I'm just going to call Yakamura and give him my decision.
Called chronic fatigue syndrome. It's fairly recent. There are many theories about it, but most of us believe it's a virus. It just has not been identified yet.
The man's a genius. By the way, I loved Flower Drum Song.
Doctors just kept telling me I was depressed.
Well, depression can make a person feel tired, but depression doesn't start suddenly.
This stuff sounds a little better when you've got lapels and a vest. Anyway, my clients are charged with trespass. But the only real crime they committed was their overzealous championing of the defenseless dolphin.
You shouldn't have any problem.
Are you kidding? This is going to be just like fishing in one of those trout farms.
May I have this dance, Sophia?
I got the time if you got the dime. I'm all yours.
What is it, Blanche?
Oh, I can't quite make it out. I think my eyes are tired.
Your eyes are old. Blanche, when are you going to admit you need glasses?
I do not need glasses. My mother didn't need glasses till the day she died. And then it seemed silly.
But don't you think it's crazy that Blanche is actually going to marry Jamie?
Why? They practically grew up together. Rose, they've known each other most of their lives, so it's very comfortable. He's like an old friend.
But he's her late husband's brother. I remember back in St. Olaf when Inga Engstrand married her late husband.
Oh. Whose cat is this?
Well, actually, I got it at the pound for somebody, and now they don't want him.
I was talking to Sarah Antonelli the other day. She's got a cellar full of mice, and she needs a cat. You think this guy's got the killer instinct?
Oh, I think so. Please take him, Sophia. His name is Buster.
I think I must have been about 10 years old in this when Big Daddy just taught me how to ride a horse.
You were quite a little porker back then, weren't you?
I was a little chunky, that's all.
Blanche, the horse's eyes are crossed.
And when the time's right, see you at my place.
Ma, Mr. Hernandez has to go.
I'm meeting the wife and kids. We are going ice skating.
Dorothy, oh my God, can you believe it?
Hey, Puerto Ricans can ice skate.
Dorothy, look. It's the carving, see? Sal loves Sophia.
Ma!
You're Sophia?
That's right. And your high school ring, class of...
Give me that.
Oh, Blanche, it's good to see you back to your old self again. But don't forget the doctor said nothing too strenuous for a few days. Then you'll be fine.
I am not back to my old self. As a matter of fact, I may never be.
What are you talking about, Blanche?
Listen, I know this sounds crazy, and if it had...
Me, Mrs. Devereaux. If I'd known he was dead, I never would have left Dallas.
Well, now you know. Goodbye.
I know this is painful for you, but there's so much I need to know. What did he do for a living? Was he funny? Did he have any hobbies?
He had at least one.
Now, Sophia, remember, found money is supposed to be spent on something frivolous, something you would never buy for yourself.
What are you gonna get, underwear?
Aren't you nice? Do you like jazz?
No, ma'am.
I've always felt there was something about a man with a tray. Is it warm in here? Rust, you're practically a sister to me.
Yeah, well, sisters often lie, Rose, and even best friends take advantage of each other occasionally.
I don't think so.
Rose, you should. You're being very naive.
I'm not naive.
Yes, you are. You are being naive now. Don't you see? I'm stealing your money.
I know.
Split the money. Well, Blanche, looks like the splits have it.
Big Daddy was right. Women should not be allowed to vote.
Blanche, if it's any consolation, when I wrote down, give it to the old lady, I did mean you.
Hi. You just take a hint and go away.
Just a minute, Dorothy. I am sick and tired of being dumped on by you. Yes, I screwed up our marriage. We all know that. But I was on a yacht for all of those years. There were some pretty good times before things went wrong.
Until I found out about them.
Old news, Dorothy.
I mean, if the right person comes along, great. But I don't need a man to be happy.
I didn't realize that about you. On Mrs. Contini's questionnaire, there's a box about that.
Anybody for barbecue chicken?
Oh, I'm afraid we're out of charcoal, honey.
Oh, who needs charcoal? That's what these letters are for. Now, if I can just...
I got you, babe. Babe. Blanche, is there something I can get you?
No, thanks. Oh, damn much noise in the living room.
So, did you make a decision?
Before I can even start to think about that, there's something I gotta do for me. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I need to ask for your forgiveness.
What? I'm the one who should be down on my knees after what I did.
George, the day you died, or didn't die.
What do you think?
Oh, you look very pretty tonight.
Oh, not too pretty. I hope I have a date with Miles.
How is he dealing with the celibacy?
Well, he's doing fine. Although he does spend a lot of time at the batting cage.
Rose, listen, now you have a very critical date coming up.
Hey, Blanche is right. Oh, he's reasonable. He'll understand.
I'm going to call him, and I'm going to tell him the truth. You were right all along, Dorothy. The truth is always the best.
That is very wise, Rose.
Well, I don't want you to think I just made that up. I saw it this afternoon on TV.
I've just got to remember that it's not the clothes that make the man, it's the man that makes the clothes. Oh, God, he looks like he died in a Benny Hill sketch. Oh, I guess there's nothing we can do about it now. Besides, it's probably what Phil wanted. I'm going to go check on Ma.
Listen, and apologized about the things he was saying when we were leaving. Then he invited me marlin fishing. Just the two of us on the open seas. He says it's the ideal vacation.
Sure, no witnesses.
No, Blanche, I know you find Rex alluring, but, honey, I know where you're headed. I mean, I was once in an abuse. Not proud of this, but there's something I have to show you.
Oh, please, I've done a lot worse. I've done panties over pants, bras over blouses. One East I
Now, I have to go to work, and I don't want you to worry about me. So I'm going to say to you what you said to me the very first day you dropped me off at school. See if you can find someone who looks clean to drive you home.
So I was hoping you could help me get comfortable on camera so I'll be ready when he gives me my assignment.
You know, Rose, that's not a bad idea. This'll be the camera. And let me see you interview Dorothy.
Oh, so sorry. Let's talk about me then.
Blanche, Rose did something absolutely incredible tonight. There was a robbery at the dog show. Ma and I were held hostage. Rose was the only reporter there.
Well, shoot. I missed everything. Let's see the tape.
Okay.
Isn't Rebecca here with the baby yet?
Oh, no, she called and said she'd be a little late. You know, Blanche, it's so nice to see you take this much of an interest in your granddaughter.
Well, I have to. Jason thinks the baby's mine. Look at me that way.
Blanche. Oh, my goodness. I haven't even hugged her so much since the VE day. Which was a kind of tricky because, as you know, we lost.
Angelo, you're even handsomer than you were your last visit.
Thank you. I've been plucking, eh? See, I got 2 eyebrows now.
Dollars.
$5. $100.
Stanley, what are you doing here?
I'm buying a date with the woman I love.
Oh, geez, not in front of people.
110.
What the hell is he doing? Didn't you give him a limit?
The other great Southern writers like, all those that are so famous they need not be mentioned. Oh, girls, it's going to be so exciting. I am going to make a fortune. And I won't even have to use my imagination. My life is a romance novel. Well, Frank Nan, I haven't seen you since that weekend in Pensacola.
Goosey Lucy.
That's right. We did have fun, Squeezy Weezy.
No, I mean, you'd be perfect for the part of Goosey.
On the other hand, Philip would never pick a Mayan sacrificial knife as a murder weapon. Too obvious. But it would be no problem for his sister to sneak the weapon out of his collection.
This woman's pathetic.
Oh, big news. Tear out the...
Oh, girls, what a great night. Stevie went 3 for 4.
Oh, you were at the game.
There was a game? That man just makes me feel so young, like I was back in high school again. Remember how you used to feel when your boyfriend...
I'm sorry, Rose. It was a bad joke, and I didn't realize what it was doing to you.
Bad joke? It wasn't a joke at all. You mocked my relationship with Charlie, and you ruined my friendship with Miles. How can you be so cruel?
I'm gonna... Oh, I'm okay.
You mean no coupons, Blanche?
No coupons, Rose.
Chefs who don't wear pirate hats?
Well, I don't think so.
And he'll pay for everything? I don't have to leave the tip?
That's right.
I'm gonna cheat on Miles. I'm gonna cheat on...
Here's a picture of Dorothy's 9th birthday party. Look how scared the clown looks.
You know, I can't believe you actually got a clown for my birthday. I can still see his big red nose and those huge black circles around his eyes.
Oh, he wasn't a real clown. He was a friend of your father's. He'd been beaten up the night before. Embarrassment has this lifestyle caused your mother.
I really don't know, but I'll ask her tomorrow when I visit her at the home.
Patience.
Well, looks like it's working. Grace loves animals, always has.
Oh, everybody does, Mr. Hubbard. That's why ancient man, when he discovered the need for pets, turned to the animal kingdom.
I see.
What a good boy. Yes, you are.
Oh, hello? Anybody home? Welcome wagon, come and get it.
Hello, Rose.
Mr. Hubbard, I didn't expect.
Grace took a turn for the worse, and, well, she's out of pain now.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's the bosun's not all right.
Now, for my encore, the Star of David.
Whoa! Hey! It's Dorothy! Dorothy, glad to see you.
Counts for something. Oh, I guess you're right. But I still wish my wake hadn't been such a disaster.
Well, look on the bright side. You'll have another one.
Hey, Dorothy, what's your pleasure?
Claude Akins on a waterbed.
Again, and you have to give her one of those Van Damme moves to the jaw. And...
Rose!
I like to win, all right?
Well, now that you have, what are you going to do with the prize?
Well, it's for newlyweds only, and Miles and I aren't married, so I guess I'll have to give it back.
Rose, has it ever occurred to you that maybe the good Lord is trying to tell you?
Tired. I dreamed all last night that I was a car muffler. And when I woke up this morning, I was exhausted.
That's brilliant. How do you come up with these?
Well, I learned most of them as a child, but they're still very relevant today.
Yeah. Something I read someplace, I've always believed. You know, when you're young and beautiful, it's an accident of nature. But when you're beautiful older, you've earned it. That you created yourself.
Do you really think my picture's beautiful?
Rose, if I still had a locker.
Rose, this stinks. This really stinks.
Oh, it's all my fault. If I hadn't made you promise, this never would have happened. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dorothy, she's talking.
I'm sorry.